Hola! Ah, damn, I wish I knew more Spanish. Anyway, welcome to Rabbit Hole Roundtable Talk. And this week we don't have a theme, but today we have a theme. And the theme today is around music. So, the first article we're going to cover is titled Hip Hop Therapy is Helping High Schoolers Cope with Loss, Generational Trauma, and Teen Stress. We're actually going to watch a video because it's a pretty long article, and we're just going to watch the video and then comment. We're going to do a reaction video. That's what it's called.
You ready?
Born ready.
Whether it's recording in the sound booth or brainstorming rhymes, these students are using hip-hop to turn their feelings into flow. And it's all through the Cope Dealer program out of Cleveland, Ohio.
We're dealing coping skills. We're dealing actual healing techniques.
The mental health awareness workshop runs for 14 weeks and helps teenagers make music to deal with daily stressors.
You have to make mental health fun and creative, and this is the best way to do it.
A way that is culturally competent. A lack of that understanding is a reason only 1 in 3 African Americans who need mental health care receive it, according to the American Psychiatric Association. Licensed therapist and program facilitator Jerome Cash says hip-hop therapy can help change that.
Studies show that mental health and hip-hop bridges the gap where more African-American youth can relate.
This group of young black men who call themselves the Cope Kings were a part of the 2022 cohort.
I never really thought to use it as something that could help me out when I really needed it.
The program helped them manage their emotions through tools like journaling and breath management. Trayvon Stearns tried traditional therapy, but says it wasn't a good fit.
I lost all 3 of my aunties when, just over the last 3 years. I learned, some of the coping methods that I was using first is not as healthy as I thought it was.
It's a form of therapy gaining traction in other parts of the country. This hip-hop therapy studio program at Mott Haven Community High School in the Bronx has become a lifeline for many students.
A lot of the kids we're working with have either been in foster care, there's been some sort of abuse, they've been locked up at a young age.
Hall says he's seen how the program allows many to open up in a short amount of time.
It allows them to get to a point where they can speak about it and be able to really accept what occurred and what happened and move forward from it, right? And rewrite their narrative.
When you fall down, when you go through a situation, you kind of forget what's really going on with their music. I feel like I can put my situations part by part and really understand what it is.
Some of the young men we spoke to say after picking apart their problems, they learned how to put themselves back together.
Meeting them where they're at, going to their environments where they feel safe and they're already in helps them to open up and be vulnerable.
Maya Brown, NBC News.
All right.
I think so.
So, I have to say, that first song that they was doing with the clapping hands, I was like, this is lame.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah, I was like, these kids can't rap.
Today is
But
the 39th annual.
as it went on, I was like, this is actually really good. And I have some thoughts, but I'll let you go first.
I always felt like hip hop and rap are best used for storytelling, similar to country. It's our form of not our form of country, but our form of storytelling through music. And I feel like that's the best type of music, in my opinion, is when you tell a story that you can actually show with words, and the person can actually go to that place that you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think one thing I saw from their for their coping skills, they were talking about journaling and breathing. And that reminded me of a lot about poetry writing.
Yeah.
As a way to get your feelings and thoughts out. And I think that was a big help for me. I don't know about you, but for me it was a big help back in undergrad for relieving anxiety and stress and negative emotions.
Yeah, I think without the poetry, I'd have been in a very bad place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I use it to get all that was on my mind. Cause I'll be up at like 3 in the morning, just walking around, not knowing what to do with myself. But then when I started writing, it was easier to like sleep, easier to think, and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's the same for me because I mean, to be fair, a lot of the poetry that we wrote was based on like what we were experiencing, and that's it ties back into hip hop again,
Yeah,
where hip hop is about like what you're experiencing in your neighborhood or in your day to day, and so I really like that. I also thought that the um the good thing about this was that they're learning skills as well,
yeah.
like making beats and like being a producer, maybe even.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was also like really good.
Yeah, it's like a nice double-edged sword where they gain stuff off their chest and they also learning skills and life lessons at an early age.
Yeah. I think like in terms of like therapy needing to be tailored to the person,
Yeah,
I wonder if there's other things that we could do to help children, especially like with therapy and without like expressing themselves in a healthy way.
yeah,
Oh, besides hip hop, like there have to be other things we could do. Like some kids might be artistic, maybe we could have them draw,
yeah. I
and
was thinking
like
that.
maybe they draw something crazy,
Yeah,
right? And we just like we listen but we don't judge type of
yeah.
thing.
Talk through it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might help them tell stories they need to tell.
yeah. Like what if a kid, and I mean this could also go to other kids, not just black kids as well, because like you know kids who might do a Columbine, for example,
Yeah,
they if they have an outlet, maybe they never get around to that. Or if they have a bully that they are afraid to tell their parents about, an adult can address it
yeah.
because the kid might be more comfortable telling someone in a therapy session. Moving on to the next topic. Unless you have anything else to say about this.
I think we wrapped it up pretty well.
All right. Oh wait, actually I do have more.
But
Is there anything else besides art and music you think kids could do to like, like facilitate them talking?
well, singing counts as
Wait,
music,
wait,
right?
wait, pause. Let me restate that. When I say art, I specifically meant drawing, but now I'm thinking there's a lot of different ways of doing art. There's pottery, there's whatever, things you could build with your hands. There's a lot of different things you could actually do. And I was only thinking about drawing.
Because you could like do clay figures or to like represent the people, the emotions, the feelings. You could do Legos, telling a story through that as well. Maybe playing an
Ooh, you gave
instrument.
me some ideas. Look at like Pokemon trading cards that could be used
Kinda, yeah.
in a way. Yeah. Um, things that you would normally do at like a summer camp or like you ever went to like Boys and Girls Club or any of that kind of stuff? Or like 4-H?
Nope.
Well, they would have like home ec. You could do like home ec stuff like cooking.
Hmm.
Dude, there's endless ideas. I just like realized.
Yeah.
I guess the thing is just how to incorporate it
But I think
in a
music
way
has
that
some reason music has a strong bond in humans too. Like if you think about it, we can
yeah,
sing national anthems from childhood to adulthood without even having to remember the words. But then, how many bones in the body? I don't know. Like, what are the bones of the body?
yeah,
I don't know. There's as much bones in the body as there's words in some songs, yet we don't remember them. But if you teach
yeah,
somebody something in a song, they remember it.
yeah. The two things I think humans like is like integral to being a human
Yeah,
in like some way is like music and food.
yeah, I agree.
All right, moving on. Sticking on the topic of music, uh, the homegrown genre. Oh, sorry. From homegrown genre to an official museum, DC celebrates 50 years of go-go. So For those who don't know, well, for you, bro, specifically, go-go music is kind of like a live band. Like like damn, I forgetting bands from back home.
Like Stanley,
Not quite like Stanley, more like a soca band.
Stroker band.
Stroker. It's like a live stroker band playing. But
Is
then
it
like they covering like a stateside song.
okay?
Yeah, it's like that. That's basically what go-go music is. But
Mm,
it's like Americans been doing it too. And when I first heard it, I was like, this is a thing from back home. And she's
mm,
like, no, this is called go-go. I was like, this sounds just like stuff from back home,
interesting.
basically.
That I could
Yeah.
find.
So for those of you who are not from St. Croix or not from the Virgin Islands, um, who live in the States, who don't know what go-go music is a kind of, I want to say African American infusion where a live band covers a popular song, but they add their own beat and tempos to it. They might remix it in some way so that it's a little bit more, for lack of a better word, black. I don't know how else to say it. I honestly think you guys should give it a listen if you have never heard go-go music before. It's definitely something that I enjoy. And if you've never heard soca before, also go check out soca. And it's not a direct correlation, like it's not one to one, but it's pretty close.
It's it's the heartbeat of where you are.
Yeah, it's very ingrained in the culture in this area. Like
Mm,
my wife told me like she grew up like listening to this and like they have a dance that goes with it called beating your feet.
interesting. Can
Yeah.
we watch a video?
Is there a video?
I found a video. It's probably
Oh, let's
not
go.
really related, but we can talk about yours first and then go to the video. Can't know how close it's gonna be.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
So, in Washington, in the nation's capital, where a plethora of cultural institutions dote the landscape. I don't know why I said dote when I meant dot the landscape. A new arrival pulses with a go-go beat. The Go-Go Museum and Cafe, the world's only collection dedicated to the celebration, study, and preservation of all things go-go, opens Wednesday in its birthplace, Washington, D.C. For the uninitiated, the genre is a syncopated, drum-driven style of funk. Its distinctive sound is heavy on percussion instruments such as congas and cowbells, as well as brass horns. Go-go is often played live, where its exuberant rhymes soar. It is a powerful expression of joy, said Natalie Hopkinson, the museum's chief curator who wrote her PhD dissertation about go-go. It is an art form. Here we have a picture of the place. It looks really pretty. While several bands played roles in early prototypes of the music, Chuck Brown, the godfather of go-go, is widely credited with creating the genre in the 1970s. During a club performance with his band, the Soul Searchers, Brown reportedly had the percussion section play continuously between songs. Meanwhile, he engaged the audience in lively call and response. The groove, which goes and goes, became go-go. A half century later, go-go is still going. In 2020, it was designated the official music of Washington, D.C. Nice. Over the years, artists such as Brown, Rare Essence, and Trouble Funk have appeared on NPR's Tiny Desk concert series. Go-go acts have also appeared at the Pharrell Williams Something in the Water Festival in Virginia, at the Kennedy Center, and beyond. If you go to New Orleans, you've got brass bands. Go to New York, and it's hip hop. If you come to DC, you're hearing go-go, said Ronald Mo Moten, the museum's founder and president. You know I have to go to this museum. No. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send this to Diana. I think she would love this. A promoter and peace activist, Moten grew up in a DC household that cranked go-go. My mother would listen to it all the time, he recalls. It was just natural and part of the culture. Now the museum that reflects the soundtrack of his life and that of countless other fans is opening in the public on Wednesday. A ribbon cutting was held last year. Nestled among businesses along the Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue southeast, the two-story structure houses a vibrant 8,000 square foot space. The museum boasts more than a dozen interactive exhibits, a recording studio, and a performance stage. Chef Angela Rose, a Food Network Chopped finalist, has created a diaspora street food menu for the on-site cafe. Visitors can talk to an AI hologram of go-go stars or tap a screen to learn about go-go's influence on hip-hop, complete with audio beats that have been sampled on rap songs. This is pretty cool, man. I really want to go. Elsewhere are artifacts and installations that spotlight go-go in cinema, fashion, and photography. Another exhibit centers the LGBTQ community. There's a street art exhibit complete with digital spray can for signature graffiti tags. Not surprising, the museum gives props to go-go pioneers, royalty, and popular entertainers. Besides Brown, who died in 2012, they include Experience Unlimited, aka EU, who became nationally known after appearing in Spike Lee's 1988 film School Days, and the all-woman band Belladonna, to name a few. Moreover, a museum's timeline, sorry, moreover, a museum timeline charts Go-Go's history. Despite its proud evolution, Melton says there have been ups and downs. In the 1990s, reports of conflicts and violence in or around dance halls led to youth curfews. In 2019, noise complaints from luxury apartment buildings about a DC retailer playing go-go prompted backlash and protests. A hashtag Don't Mute DC started by a Howard University student went viral. Moten and Hopkinson then led the Don't Mute DC Go-Go Music and Culture petition, which received about 80,000 signatures. The movement drew musicians, advocates, and supporters nationwide and globally and led to a push for DC Law 23-71. It repealed the curfews and made the music official. Mayor Muriel Browser, who signed the measure, has championed go-go, and her administration provided the museum with fiscal support. And if you don't mind, can you continue? Okay.
Gogo is the heartbeat of DC, Bowser told NBC News through a spokesperson. She termed the museum a living, breathing testament to the energy, creativity, and resilience of our community. Bowser added that the site strengthens our creative economy by attracting visitors, supporting local artists, and fostering community engagement. The museum is already planning to welcome schools and host community programming and events. Recently, the museum officially launched its countdown to a historic initiative called 50 Years of Go-Go, designed to mark the genre's 50th anniversary in January 2026. The year-long celebration will include a series of special events, pop-up exhibits, and collaborations with museum partners. Moten hopes their mission will help foster the next generation of musicians and enthusiasts and spark a go-go renaissance across the country and around the world. The greater legacy, he said, is bringing people of myriad backgrounds together. It's all about just embracing the music and showing love.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, tomorrow or maybe tonight, I'm just gonna be jamming some go-go and soca for the rest of the day. I mean, for 24 hours.
See. So I have a video here from Fox 5, Washington, D.C. We'll play a few minutes of it
All right.
just to, Ready?
I am indeed.
Why me up, Chuck? Say what now? Why me up? Talk to me quick now. I'm Wiley Brown of the Chuck Brown Band. I'm also Chuck Brown's son. It started with my father, Chuck Brown. First, he was with the Los Latinos. He decided he wanted to start his own band. Back in the late 60s, 70s, he decided he was going to incorporate everything that he learned from blues and jazz and gospel, as well as the Latin feel. And, you know, he infused all of this and was like, you know what, I'm gonna come up with my own sound. And he came up with his own sound. He decided to, you know, keep the percussion playing. He found out that people ended up liking that groove even more. Once you start, you can't stop. You gotta keep the crowd when you got them. So it just goes and goes and goes. That's where he came up with the name Go-Go, because it don't stop.
You know what I like about that is that I feel like we've lost the ability to pass on things to our children for the most part.
Yeah.
Like farmers don't breed farmers, like that type of way.
Yeah.
This is inspiring that somebody picked up the mantle and moved on with what their father created and started.
A lot of times, or maybe not a lot of times, but in one scenario that I know of, and obviously this sample size is not big enough to say much, but
Just speak on it, bro.
one example I know of is that this guy owns a company and he wanted to pass it on to his children, but none of his children were interested in learning about the company or anything. So they all want to pursue their own stuff.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he have to, like, when he retired or like when he's too old to run his own company, he has to basically do something to like sell it or whatever he gonna do to, but he's not gonna be able to pass it on. And it's not really because he don't want to, it's because his kid's not interested.
You have to find a protege or a apprentice that he trusts.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's like extremely successful, will the kids feel a way if he passes it on to somebody that actually knows what they're doing compared to one of them?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it was my dad, I would have been all over trying to learn what to do, especially considering, like, they grew up with him in their life. It's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll do a few more minutes.
Yeah, I want to, like,
20
hear our
minutes
song.
long.
I am Andre White Boy
Ooh.
Johnson from Rare Essence. We
Nah,
were
nigga,
introduced to
what?
go-go music by Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers. Couldn't wait to be able to get into one of Chuck Brown's shows. Once we got
Wait, pause
started,
it.
he allowed us to open.
What if we just put on a go-go song real quick? Just so we could get like a little sample. Is it gonna get us like
We don't
flag or
make money,
anything?
remember?
And we
True. I wish my wife was awake so I could ask her of a good like song to put on.
Let's do.
All right, let me listen to this real quick and then I'll see.
Mix Wizard.
Hold on. Okay. 1 second. Yo, this does remind me of home. All right. I gotta share it. Yo, this remind me of home so much. I used to love like remember back in like UVI days when they had the band in the friggin' lunchroom?
Yeah.
Yo.
I never really
And
liked
then
live bands, but I had to grow to like it.
I didn't like it because they used to take too long to start. It's like the first 2 hours is just them trying to like mic check. And then when they finally start, it's like we have an hour to dance and then they have to go. It's like, bruh, y'all did like 2 songs before we had to leave, man.
Yeah.
But this is it. We could skip ahead a little bit, like skip through. because in the beginning they kind of just like doing like some singing, and then around the like 3 minute mark is when like it actually to me starts sounding like back home.
I'll do 325-ish.
Let's say 325-ish. That's fine.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is giving me PTSD. They ain't start the song yet.
It reminds you of home, doesn't it? It reminds you of home. It's exactly the same shit. Dude, it's exactly the same. Just that they doing it with American accent and we do it with a Crucian accent. Yeah.
The beginning is like the worst part for me because like let's just get because they keep stopping to talk and then talk to Shaniqua in the front because you didn't see us in high school.
Yeah.
So I prefer. We have soca, right? I prefer our soca when it's produced because it's just to the point.
Yeah.
The music flowing, ain't no stopping.
Yeah.
But I can still
I ain't
appreciate
gonna
this.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate the live bands because I've been exposed to it since like junior high.
Yeah.
I still trying to remember the name of that band that was back then. But I remember being in the cafeteria. It's always a cafeteria for some reason, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember in high school being in the cafeteria, the band playing, and I just dancing with us, everybody around me. I just danced with random girls I see. And
Yeah.
I remember it was my first time that I ever danced with a girl after getting rejected. So I went to dance with a girl, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I didn't come up like firm enough. I came up too like hesitant or something.
Okay.
So I wasn't on beat with her. Like she was doing something and I was going the opposite. Like it was like
Oh
this.
no.
So she looked back and she was like, nah.
Nah.
So then I leave. I was like, nah, man, I have to redeem myself. I went back to the same girl and I just hold her and I danced with her. And then she looked back and she see me and then she nodded her head like, okay, okay. And then she like
Hey
stayed dancing. I
back.
was like,
Yeah.
I was like, ain't no way she say ugly. Ain't no way. Because that's the thing. If a girl look back and you don't look good, she gonna be like,
My
nah.
gosh. Sometimes for real, Sometimes.
And that was back in the day, like, at least when I was younger, it wasn't a big deal if like a girl have a boyfriend or a man have a girlfriend and he dances with somebody else. I feel like that was more of a thing when I went to like undergrad.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What we got? Shawty got ads for days.
I want to fast forward a little bit again.
Okay, okay.
Who's there? This way. Who's there? This way. Who's there? This way. Oh! Step,
I don't think the song ever starts right away. Wait, hold on, to the end. To the end. Let's see what happens.
This is the worst video you could have picked for this.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, you know what? Give me one more try. Give me one more try. Let's turn this one off.
This bullshit is not the song.
Okay. I have one.
It's been 39 minutes of warming up. Are you kidding me?
Every
Oh
woman's dream, by
man,
the way.
God, that's insane.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Now that's too much noise. Let me show you something. Let me show you something if I can
Yeah,
find
yeah.
it. This is one of my favorite
Yeah,
bands here. They got a lot of covers. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they are silent.
Damn it. Like, they always try and take advantage of all those
To all my sexy ladies, yeah.
It's a similar part.
Yeah.
And the Brazilian here. Oh no. I said I lay a fucking back shot, yo. What time it is? Waka! Let's go. What time it is? Waka!
It's basically the same thing.
One thing I would say is basically the same. But you know one thing I like about the music too? Is like it's mostly just beats. It's not really the people.
That's why the other one was so jarring because it's like I could hear that the beats sound good, but they just talking too much.
Yeah.
And they weren't really like vocalizing. They were literally just like talking over it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, you making me feel like nostalgic. Like I want to go dancing now. Like I want to go to a club and just like we just throw on a rhythm, or we just dance with rhythm. They don't even try and do no like DJ, and they just put on a rhythm and that's it.
Just keep going for real.
Anyway,
you found one?
That's it for. Huh?
You said you're gonna try and find
Oh,
a better
I
one.
stopped looking after you put it on. I was like, this is good enough.
Well, I think we need a good representation of go-go, like not that, like something that's like better.
All right. I really wish my wife was awake, man. She's the one who know all the stuff. Cause I find it stuff, but like, I ain't really feeling them.
Welcome to DC.
These not want to be rock hard.
Since an embryo, really though. It's the city where the people hold the power, and you can see 9 dimes every half an hour. When luncheon and Joe is the lingo, and brothers rob, so ain't nobody rocking mink coats. Take it back to the madness had, so how the city renamed Cigarette Shack, so how even the mayor had a run-in with crack, but we all kept it real and we voted it back. But we got no stars that spit on bars like BET wasn't birthed in our backyard. So our energy, our essence in our backyard, and junkyard got us all going hard. You know where you're at the US.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the music. Hopefully you enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? I think today was a good therapy session because I didn't want to stream today.
Yeah.
And talking about therapy and talking about music and even listening to good music kind of perked me up a little bit.
That's good, man. That's good. That's
Yeah.
what music it does. It soothes people.
Yeah.
Whenever I play in like VI so we going too long. Whenever I play in like VI Soca, I'd actually like teleport back in time to being in the club listening to it when it was just me and one other guy in a empty club just going crazy. Us and the DJ just vibing, and then after a while, people realized the DJ was actually good, so they will keep coming, but he'll keep shouting us every single time in a full club. In a full club, he would be like, "Yo, silence over there!" Like he would always shout me out every single time. It's like, yeah, because I like music, and he liked music. He played
Yeah.
good music. He wasn't just playing what the people want to hear. He played what he wanted to play. So yeah, I like music.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. All right, bro. Well, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.